Hey guys, welcome back to Martin a Point. In this video, one of my subscribers and really one of my biggest supporters sent me this. This video is from Craps Hawaii. Uncle Mel has put together this type video, which I believe is actually really good. Now, let's go ahead and just go and throw this out there. This video is going to be a sort of aggressive player. There's almost no regression until you get to black chip level, and you can have multiple box numbers pressed up to that black chip level before you collect anything. So let's go ahead and just show that out top. It is a very aggressive system, but let me show you what he shows and how he does it. So basically what he's going to do is he's going to go out for 156. They're going to have a 156 spread, and let me show you what that's going to look like. He's actually only going to go a little bit lighter on 6 and 8, which is $18 each, okay? And you're going to get most of your juice actually at your outside bets, which you're going to use the leverage of the odds and how they pay on your outside bets, and that's going to be where you're going to get your juice. Okay, we're going to go $40 on the 5 and 9. And again, I'm going to show how these pay and how these end up going at the very end. And $20 on the 4 and 10. So $20 here and $20 here. Now, these bets, let's go ahead and move these up a little bit. Now, the 4 and 10 are going to be natural buy bets. They'll be $20 levels. Let's just say we get a point. Okay, let's just say the point is on the 9. Let's go with the 9 here. Now, again, I'm going to go through each of these and how they're going to pay. And again, everything is going to go up to a black level before you collect anything. And several ones, you're going to have to actually do a power press. Okay, let's go and start with the 9 and 5, 5 and 9. Now, again, both of these are $40 bets. So what's going to happen is that $40 bet, it pays 56. Okay, it pays 56 just like this. Now, if you take 40 plus 56, what does that equal? That equals $96. Okay, $96. So what we're going to do is, I don't have $4 here, but I have a red chip. They'll give me $1 back. What happens is that we're going to power press that $4, okay? When you power press that $4, what happens is you take the 40 plus the 56. That makes it a $100 bet, guys. That's now a black chip bet. So you have a $100 5 sitting right there for you. Now, what happens again if that 5 hits? It pays you $140. Let's go and show that out. It's going to pay you $140 right here, okay? Now, then you have options. What do you want to do? You could take this all the way back and bring $200 back to your rack and go back out there. Or another thing you could do here is actually take it up to a $125 bet, a little bit of press there, and bring back $115 to your rack. Several different options with the 5. Okay, now let's keep rolling this thing out. I'm going to keep that at the black level to show you what that looks like. And let's move on to another number. Now, the 4 and 10 is going to work a little bit different. You're also going to power press it a little bit as well, but you're going to power press them separately. So each of these pays $40. Remember, 2 to 1, the 4 pays 2 to 1. That $20 bet is going to pay us $40. Okay, I want you to go ahead and get $6 ready. Why? Because first thing you need to do is you need to go ahead and pay the VIG for this, because you're going to pay the VIG for that to make it $50. Okay, so this is now going to come up to $50. Okay, what do you have here? You have $10 left over. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that $5, and now this is going to become a $35 bet. So that's 25. Let's go ahead and change it out for a red chip or a green chip. And now that's $35. Okay, let me show you why that works out this way. So this right here is now going to pay you a black chip. $50 pays 100. So that's going to pay a black chip. This will pay a black chip. Now you have 2 of them pressed up for opportunity to pay black chips, right? So now let's look at the 10. The 10's at a $35 bet. You're going to need it to hit again. Let me show you what's going to happen. $35 will actually pay you 70, okay? 35 will pay you 70. And what happens here is it actually has a natural VIG built in, because what you have here is 25, 50, 75. That's 100. And the VIG on a $100 bet is $5. So the casino will actually keep that right there. And now you have 4 greens sitting there ready for you. I tell you what, let's go and exchange it out. A black chip for you. So that's actually a black chip now. So now you have 1, 2, 3 that you've power pressed up to black chips, right? All the way up as high as you could go. You started with 156 across, and now you got 3 of them paying black chip levels. Okay, now again, the 9 shows the same thing as a 5, so let me show it one more time. So again, that's a $40 bet. That's going to pay us 56. 56. Let's go and get some white just so you can drop the $4. So let's say you're going to drop down $4 to make it a 60, and now all this here is going to come back, and now that's $100, which turns into a black chip just like that. Okay, your 6 and 8 are going to play a little bit different. Why? Because they do not pay as well. They pay 7 to 6, so it takes an extra few hits to get to that black chip level. Let me show you what it's looking like. So again, $18. 18 pays 21. Let's go ahead and pay that out. It pays you 21. We're going to drop down $3. When we do that, we're going to power press this one bet to 42. Okay, so when you do that, That's 15. That's 25. That's 35. That's 42. Okay, that's going to be look like 42. Let's go ahead and make it look like 42, just like this. So now we have let's go ahead and exchange that out for a red. So now we have a $42 bet, right? So now what does $42 pay? It pays $49 or 50 for one, however you want to call it. Let's call it this way. Let's call it 50 for one, just like this. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up to a $90 bet. Go up to a $90 bet, put those $2 back into our rack, and now you have a bet that pays $105, or in this case, it pays a black chip. We can do that same thing here. Again, it pays 21. We're going to drop down $3 to make that power press it. And when you power press that, it's going to hit one more time at a $42 bet. When the 42 pays, let's call it 50. Again, 50 for one. Let's exchange it out. And now what you have here, let's make that green chip. Oop. Let's make that for a red chip. Let's take that dollar back. And now, again, you have a $90 bet. Okay, now let's kind of show you what we can do from here. Now, granted, this is a lot of work, right? I can get it. There's a lot of money that's going out here. The goal here is to find a repeater. So along the way of pressing this $156 is to find a repeater somewhere, whether it's the 9, the 5, any of these bets you want to try to put in your rack at some point in time. You're hoping for a second one to roll. And if you do, let's just say you do get that second hit. Let's say it's on the 9. That's going to pay you $140, right? So now what's going to happen is you can actually do this. Let's go ahead and take the 2 black chips and put us back into the rack, and let's go back to a $40 bet. Now what you have here is if you do get that repeater, your bets are paid for. Everything up here is now paid for. You have 2 black chips in your rack, so you got $40 in profit, right? So now you're sitting here like, okay, I could do this. I could regress everything back down, basically, if I wanted to, and go basically, 64 across, and go 110 inside or 130 across. Or you can continue to have these bets up there to create more opportunity in case you hit the 6 or 8 that pays you 105. And what could you do? You can actually take this bet and go up to 120, right? Racking this back to your rack. Or you could go up, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'd rather take it all the way down. So let's take it back up to a $90 bet. Or you could take this, go all the way back down to a $60 bet, just like this, and take this back to your rack, which is $135. You have so many opportunities to create black chips going into this roll. And again, your risk is 150. Press, press, press. Hope for that repeater. Again, this is for your aggressive player. This is for somebody who says, you know what, I'm already in profit. I want to shoot for the moon. Can I make it? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll this out. I'm only going to do it for a few shooters. And you know as well as I do, guys, if you don't hit the numbers, you're going to lose. If you hit the numbers, you're going to win. But I want to show you in live play what this will look like if we get a repeater, if it works out. However, we're going to show it out and roll it out just for a few rolls. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, I'm all set back up. Here we go. The puck is off. We're going to go and get a point established first. Once we get a point established, we'll drop our bets down. Here we go. All right, it's going to be on the 5. It's going to be a 3-2-5. Let's mark it up. Okay, so it's marked a point on the 5. And we're going to say, dealer, take me to 156. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're probably going to have to tell the dealer what you want because they're not going to know what 156 is. Let's go and drop down 155, 156. So let's drop it down. So that's going to be the exact change. Depending on when you have to pay the VIG, if you have to pay the VIG out front or versus on the payout, that's going to make a little bit of difference. Okay, so what we're going to do is, remember, you're going to go 18 each on the 6 and 8, and you're probably going to have to tell them that until they figure out your bets. 18 each on the 6 and 8, okay? It's going to go $40 on the 5 and 9, all right? 40 on the 5 and 9, and then we're going to go $20 on the 4 and 10. Again, the VIG is going to be dependent on you're playing East Coast, West Coast, if you have to pay that VIG up front or not. All right, guys, the point is on the 5. A little bit to set up there, but that's okay. And here we go. Let's get another shot at it. Come on. And that's going to be a 5-1-6. Okay, that's going to be an easy 6. All right, so what's going to happen is that it's going to pay us $21, right? We're going to say, you know what, we're going to power press this to $42. So we're going to drop down $3 to the dealer and say, take me to 42. So it's going to do this. So now it's 5. That's our red chip there. And we're going to make this a green chip. Okay, pull it back there. So now you have a $42 bet. And the dealers will usually do that a little bit cleaner. All right, here we go. All right, there's a Yo 11, no help to me, mid-mo Chiro. Come on, shooter. Looking for them repeaters, right? All right, that's going to be a 325. All right, that's great. That's going to pay us 56. So 50, 56. Again, we're going to power press this a little bit. Go, drop down $4 to the dealer and say, take me to 100. So we know that's going to be a $100 bet. Let me show you what it looks like. That's going to be 75, and that's 25. So that's a $100 bet. Let's go and pull all these back, and let's go ahead and make it like a black chip. So now that's a black chip. So now you're hoping for that 5 to hit again, right? At any point in time. Our bets are going to be off when the puck is off. So we're going to keep our bets off. And here we go. Let's go, shooter. Come out. Another point. And that's going to be on the 8, guys. That's going to be a 6-2-8. All right, let's go ahead and mark the 8 here. That's the point. And now, again, we're looking for a 6 to hit again to when we're hit to go up to a $90 bet. And we're looking for the 5 to hit to pay at 140, right? Here we go. All right, and that's a 6. That's going to be great, okay? That's going to be a 5-1. Remember, that's a $42 bet. That's going to pay me 50 for one. It's going to drop that down here. And let's go ahead and take this to a $90 bet. So if you take that to a $90 bet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's showing you that's $90. All right. And you're going to take those $2 back to the rack. And here we go. Let's do it. So we have 2 opportunities for black chips right now, okay? Oh, and we hit the chips. That's going to be a Yo 11. That's going to be a mid-mo Chiro. Let's straighten up our chips a little bit. Here. And I think it went there. All right. I think we're all set up. Let's go, shooter. And there's a 1, 2, 3, craps 3, no help. No help to me. And there's another 3, back to back, guys. See a horn, bet a horn. And there's a 10, all right, down there on the end, Big Ben. So that's a $20 bet. That's going to pay us $40, okay? Pays us $40. We're going to drop down 6, 1 for the VIG and then 1 for the press. We're going to take this here to a $25 bet or exchange it out for a $25 bet. So you have $50 here, and you're going to take this over here and make that a $35 bet. You have black chip level here, here, get a pay black chip level here. So we have 3 opportunities to start getting paid. And there's another mid-row Chiro. Mid-mo Yo, no help to me. And there's a 4, 2, 6, guys. We've hit the cream of the crop, okay? That is going to pay us $105. Now, again, what I would do personally, this is what I'm going to do. If I play this type system, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the hand. Yes, this pays a black chip. I want to get that all the way out the hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bet. I'm going to take 150, go back to my rack, okay? 40. Let's go and just drop down $2 to make it a $42 bet, okay? Make it a $42 bet. Put that 150 back into my rack. So now currently I'm totally out the hand. So at this point in time, you could say, dealer, turn my bets off. And now you have what? You have about $240 sitting out here that you could put into profit into your rack and turn it off and reset back over. You can go back to 160 across. Or you could say, you know what? I want to chance it. I want to take a shot at some of these bets and get some bigger payments out of it. All right, here we go. Let's try it out. We're going to take the shot here, right? All right, that's going to be on the 9. That's going to be the 5, 4, 9. Again, that's a $40 bet. It's going to pay us 56. Okay, what we said we're going to do? We're going to drop down $4 to the dealer. Say, you know, take me to 100. We know that ends up being 100. So let's go ahead and pull these back and drop down the black chip. Okay, just like that. Again, creating the opportunity for bigger payouts. That's what you're trying to do. All right, here we go, shooter. And there's going to be another 5. That's going to be the 4-1, guys. Again, we've created that opportunity one more time. That $100 is going to pay us $140. Now, what do you want to do? You could take this and go up to $200. You're out of the hand. Or you can collect that black chip and say, you know what? Let's go up to a 125 and put the rest of this back into the rack. Now by doing that, now you've gotten 2 shooters somewhat secured while you put in 115 back. That's not 150, but you put another black chip back into your rack and you secured another shooter next time. All right, here we go, shooter. Let's do it. All right, and there's another 6. It's going to be the ideal roll, right? That's going to be a 4, 2, 6. Now, that is a $42 bet. What you can do is you can go ahead and press it all the way back up. Say, you know what? Take me back to 90. So we're going to do that now. Take these back to a $90 bet. Just like that. Looks like I got an extra 5 in there I probably shouldn't have. Let's go and pull that back. Should only be a $90 bet. And there we go, shooter. Let's go. Let's do it again. And there's Big Red. That's going to be the 4, 3, 7. That's okay, guys. We got out of the hand. That's exactly what we were looking for and was able to put some money back into the rack. Again, always goals to put money back into the rack for sure. Again, this is going to be your a little bit higher press, a little bit more aggressive play style than what people are used to. Not a regression until you get that. If you want to call it a triple lux, if you want to call it a double tap, if you want to call it whatever it is when it's fully pressed up, that's what you're waiting on. Okay, let's do this one more time. Let's go and get another point established and let's roll it out. Come on. Okay, that's going to be a 617. In this case, we are not playing a pass line. Uncle Mel does not talk about playing the pass line in his video. In this case, we're going to keep it off. No hard ways, no other bets, but just the place bets on top. All right, there's another one. That's going to be a 617 again. Let's go and roll this thing over. Let's try it again. All right, that's going to be on the 4. That's going to be the 3-1, okay? So let's go and mark the 4 down here on the end, mark the point there. And again, we're going to drop down another 156. Okay, 155, 156. Now let's try it out one more time. This is going to be the last time we're going to try it. Again, the idea here is to show you how it works. Let's go and place these numbers out there. So it's 18 each. In case you forgot, it is 18 each for the 6 and 8. Okay, it's going to be 25. I was going to put these here. It's going to be $40 on the 5 and 9. Okay, just like that. And it's going to be $20 on the 4 and 10. Okay, and here we go. Remember, if you are the shooter, you will be required to play a pass line. Okay, understand that. And that means if you do have that point of 4, you would just put that in odds in the back just because you would be playing the point at that point in time. It would make sense to pull your bet down if you're the shooter. If not, I would play it just like this says is. Let's see if we can power press this thing up to get some black chips back into our rack again. All right, that's going to be on the 5. That's going to be the 325, okay? Okay, that's going to pay us 56, okay? We're going to drop down $4. We don't have 4. Let's drop down a 5 and put the $1 back into our rack just like that. And now what we have here, let's move this over. And now what we have here is a $100 bet. Let's go and make it look like a black chip. So black chip on the 5. Come on, shooter. Let's hit that 5 one more time. And we don't. We hit the 437. Yeah, that's what your scare is, right? You're gonna press, never get your money back. But you are bound to hit that repeater at some point in time, or you're gonna go on that hot shooter. I would not suggest this out the gate, right? I would wait until you're into some profit before you play something hyper aggressive like this. So let's pull all these bets back. Let's do it. That was a short roll. Okay, let's try it one more time. You know what? It's worth it. I'm not worried about counting it up at the end. Again, remember, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just want to show you how the system works and how the play out is. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get it one more point established. The puck is off. That's going to be a 5-2-7. That's going to be a frontline winner. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, that's going to be the hard 6. Okay, so the point is on the 6. Let's mark the point. Drop down another 150. Okay, 155, 156 to make it all even for them. So it's going to put all these back. All right, there we go. All right, again, I'm going to go all back out there. 18 each on the 6 and 8. Okay, and it's going to go 40 on the 5 and 9. Just going to move these in just a little bit. They're right on the edge. And then we're going to go $20 on the 4 and 10. Just like that. Those are going to be your buyer bets. All right, come on, shooter. The point is on the 6. And here we go. And there's a 7 out. Okay, you know what? Let's just say I'll call it. I'm not going to count the money at the end anyways because we know either it works or it's not going to work. Let's go and roll it one more time. Okay, that's going to be on the 9. Again, I'm going to show you. I'm just trying to show you the progression of the bets on this video here. All right, so that's a 9. Okay, let's go here. All right, that's going to be a 3-2-5. Okay, all right. Oh, 3-2. Let's move you over. Where'd you go? There you go. 3-2. Okay, that 5's going to pay us 56. 56. Remember, we're going to drop down $4. In this case, we drop down 5 for 1. It'll go back to the rack just like that. And what we're going to do is this will look exactly like 100 when it's all said and done. Okay, so make it look like a black chip. And here we go. Let's keep it going. And there's a 7. Okay, you know what? It did not work. It did not work. It did not work. It did not work. I get it. So that's the idea here. Let's do it a couple more times here. Again, the idea is to show you the progression of the bets. That's going to be a 5-2-8. We're going to go, that's going to pay us 21. Okay, we're going to drop down $3 to the dealer. So that takes us up to a $42 bet. Let's exchange that to a red chip and exchange that to a green chip. Okay, takes it to a 42. All right. I know I'm defeating some of the idea here of the 7s, but again, the idea is to show you how these bets, because they're a little bit more complicated than normal bets. I wanted to roll this out a couple times to show you what it looks like. All right, there's a 10. That's a $20 bet. That's going to pay us 40, 20, 35, 40, just like that. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take that up to a $50 bet. So that's going to go to 50. Let's pull this back. And then we're going to drop down $5 more to the dealer. Say, you know what? Let's go ahead and take this to a $35 bet. Okay, so now that's at a 35. Now you could, of course, you will have to pay a vig on these bets. If you're at the casino, you have to pay them either on the payment or up front, either way. All right, that's going to be on the 9. Okay, that's going to be the 6-3. So we've hit that 9. That's going to pay us 56. Okay, and drop down $4 more to take that one back. Remember, everything here is going to go back up to a $100 bet. Let's go ahead and do that now. Makes that 100. That is our point. Essentially, we would turn it off. We get another point established. Let's get back on the 9, 5, 4. Okay, let's get another one established here. Come on, shooter. All right, back on the 9. But that's great, though, right? Because now that's going to pay us 140. Okay, 140. And then you have the options. What do you want to do? Of course, my first option is to put this money back into the rack, right? That would go back to the rack 100%. And you're still out there either for a $100 bet, or you can drop it all the way back down to, a $60 bet, $40 or $50 bet, a $40 bet, whatever you want to. The puck would go back off. Let's show one more roll, and then I'll wrap up the video. All right, it's going to be on the 10. Okay, that's going to be the 10. Let's mark the 10. That's the new point. And there we go. There's a back on the 10. How about that? So that 50, right? That 50 is going to pay 100, just like that. So what you could do is you can take you can either collect the black chip here, or you can say, let's take that 50 back because I'm basically out the hand. Put the black chip on the 10. That'd be the turn off the point. And it's back on the 10 again. Here we go. Come on, shooter. And there's a hard 8 this time, guys. That's going to be the square pair. That is a $42 bet. It's going to pay me 50. I'm going to drop down 3 to the dealer. So I'm going to give him $2 back in change. And now all this here is going to become a $90 bet, right? That's a $90 bet. Let's pull this back. I got an extra 5 there because I didn't pull it back. And there's back on the 8. Back on the 8. That's going to be $105. And then again, what do you want to do? You can go up now, go up to a $120 bet. So that can go to 120. You can rack to 75 just like that. Again, little progressions you can do, additions to either pressing it or full regressions. But if you look, now I can't say you have all this money out there because there were a few 7s when I just bypassed them trying to show you how the rollout is. But here you go. All right, there's a Yo 11. And let's see if we can just kind of 7 this out here a little bit. There's a 426. That's going to pay us 21. Pay this 21. We'll drop down these 3. That goes to a $42 bet. Trying to speed this up a little bit now. That goes to a green chip to make it 42. All right. And you know what? There's our 9. So what we could do, that pays us again 140. You could actually take this up to a $200 bet because you're already in profit. Take that back. Now that $200 bet is going to pay us $280. So again, so many options that you have to play this out. And there's your 437. Okay. Again, the idea here, I wanted to show you how the progression works. Uncle Mel did a great job explaining this. I'm going to link his video down below just so you can see how his explanation is and how he plays it out. He has a great system, a great strategy to play. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content. Again, I'm not going to count up anything because I rolled some 7s. We're just kind of showing you how the payouts were by bypassing it. So I'm not even worried about this money in the back. It's not that important. Again, the idea here is if you're going to hit the numbers and you're going to hit repeaters, you're going to win money. If you never hit the repeater or you never put that money back into your rack, you're going to lose. It's pretty simple like that, right? All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. It really helps me out. It helps grow the channel. If you enjoyed this comment, hit a like and comment down below. Till next time, mark the point and stay awesome.